Reddit realness.
Reddit realness. All right, cool. Reddit realness of the week. Am I the asshole for telling my fiance that I don't want to take care of her kids? This triggered me as a fellow stepchild. But I love my stepdaddy. Shout out to you, daddy.
Daddy.
That
Sorry.
sounded very...
That sounded so...
Dad,
that's why I said daddy.
Dad, please.
Can I just say though, I did call my daddy daddy. And I stand on that. I stand on business.
I used to call my daddy daddy. I call my stepdad dad. Do you know what? Bless him. Did I tell you that I didn't realise that he like commented on one of our videos. It was like, great show on Facebook.
Oh,
He's
that's
so cute. Thanks, Dad. Anyway, back to dilemma. I've been with my fiance Tina for 9 years now. What are you saying names? We are both 34. She has 2 sons with her ex from high school. One is 14 and the other is 12. Both good kids. I have always been there for them with 0 issues. Tina has always provided for the kids financially and hardly asked me for anything. We always covered the bills 50-50 and I always covered her kids financially when she couldn't, which wasn't often, with no problem. Likewise, if I was ever short on money, she would send me far more than I actually needed and refused to let me pay her back. Money was never an issue. The issue is time. Well, she just gave birth to my baby 8 months ago. A perfect baby girl who's an absolute apple of my eye. I didn't know I could love this much. The problem is that it's grown increasingly obvious that I just want to spend time with my daughter. I'm barely home as it is. I work 6 days a week. Tina works from home. When I'm home, I literally just want to hang out with my daughter because I'm barely able to. I go to work at 5 a.m. and I don't get home until 4:30 to 5 p.m. I only get 4-ish hours to hang out a day. I want to scoop my daughter up and just hang out with her. That's it. That's all I want. I'm already missing her so much. But Tina's 2 sons every single day are asking me as soon as I get home to hang out with them, to go play pass with them, to go to the park with them, to go swimming or fishing or whatever else. And I keep getting irritated because dividing my time and not spending that time with my daughter is physically paining me. Okay. Well, Tina asked me last night what was going on because she said that she can no longer ignore the fact that I'm acting like I hate her sons. I told her that I don't hate them at all. I actually love them a great deal. But I can't ignore the fact that I truly have 0 desire to divide my time between them or our daughter, considering our daughter is growing like a weed and I'm already missing everything. She looked extremely hurt and said that her sons keep asking why I don't like them anymore and she asked that I talk to them. I told her that I would eventually talk to them, but right now it would be nice if she could just explain to him that I'm trying to be a dad. She said, yeah, well, you seem to be forgetting that you played dad for 9 years before you had a baby and now you're pushing them away like last week's garbage. She was getting snippy with me and visibly irritated at this point. So I just snapped and said, I don't want to fucking take care of your kids right now.
You what?
Okay. She starts crying and walks away. I tried apologizing later and she wouldn't speak to me. I tried hugging her and she asked me not to touch her. She slept in the nursery. I went to work this morning. I just got home and they are gone. Most of their stuff is gone. There's a note on the table that says, I will not jeopardize my older kids' mental health for the sake of your feelings. I'll bring our daughter by to see you once a day and give you time with her and then leave again. You can work out a custody agreement later on when she's no longer breastfed. When she's no longer breastfed, I wish you the best. I'm gutted. I called my buddy just to vent and cry or whatever. And he said, well, isn't this what you wanted? Now you got time with your kid without distractions from kids that aren't yours. I don't know how to feel. I didn't mean I wanted them to leave, and I definitely didn't imply that I didn't love them anymore. She won't speak to me. She said I will not be answering a text unless it's about our daughter and has not returned my numerous phone calls to fix this. Am I the asshole? You are absolutely the asshole. You are absolutely the asshole.
I'm so happy he's getting what he deserves.
You are getting what you deserve because when you, choose a woman who has kids from a previous relationship to be your partner in this life, you are also taking on those kids.
Yeah, word. I need to come to that realization very quickly. As in, when you find out, it's no, because you're not, like, people will take this like it's play. You're playing with a child's life here. So if you decide to date someone that has a kid, you need to understand. Personally,
Yeah.
you need to understand the responsibilities. And I've been in that situation where you understand the responsibility very quickly. That child comes first.
Yeah.
And if this is to be a fruitful relationship, that child will be part. You need to start thinking about that child and that child's well-being.
Yeah. And the fact that your attitude changed the moment you had your own child with this woman makes me feel like you never really loved the boys the way you think you did. These are children. You have played dad to them for 9 years. If anything, you're all they know as a father figure. To now make them feel, to now act in a way where it's obvious to them, even as children, that they are no longer a priority or that you're not that fond of them is awful. You're not fit to be a stepfather. And I can say that as someone that has a stepfather, like, you know when a step parent genuinely loves you. And I can say that as someone that's had a stepmother that didn't like me at all. And I knew, even as a child, I knew she did not like me. My stepdad, honestly, I called him dad. And when he first came to the family, I was a piece of shit. I was like, who's this guy? I'm not calling him dad. Da, da, da. I called him dad out of my own, like, it's my own choice to call him my dad.
Yeah.
Like, he has been such a father figure, and I still have a great relationship with my dad, but my dad lives in another country. He's never ever made me feel like I didn't have a father. He was at my graduation with my husband. He literally, all my milestones, he's there. He goes out of his way to help me. Like, I feel loved and protected. And you will always feel, as a child, you will always feel that love, but you always know when it's not genuine. When someone's just tolerating you. And it's an awful feeling.
I can imagine.
I remember when I used to feel like crap when I used to be around my stepmom. Because you feel like a problem. You almost feel like you're not,
you don't want to be
you can't
here,
relax.
yeah.
Like, everything just feels off. So for me, you got what you wanted. Whether you intentionally did it or maybe whether it's what you thought you wanted, this is what you wanted.
And you can't treat people like that. Like, that
You
is
can't.
mad. Like,
and she's a great mother for removing herself from that situation,
Words.
actually considering her kids. Because some people will actually say,
yeah, especially with a new baby, would say. You can't. At the end of the day, she's completely correct. Like, yeah, because if you're not going to think about her kids and you're just thinking about the baby, she has to.
She carried them kids for 9 months.
She's been raising them
very well
for all 12,
for them to come
14,
to her,
16 years.
Exactly. For them to come to her and say, Mum,
this is a problem. What did we do?
What did we do? Because they're going to think it's their fault. Bless them.
And also, you've got to remember, it's not play with children, because these kids now are teenagers. So they're already feeling all the insecurities that come with puberty, whatever.
Exactly.
Just coming into themselves, not understanding themselves as men, or coming into like young men, not knowing they need that. They're looking for their male role model to like kind of help give guidance where they can.
Exactly.
And for you to just disappear because all you have the mental capacity for is this new baby. And part of me does think, like, when you were talking about it, I'm like, your job is obviously a huge problem because your job is making you feel like you don't actually have time for your family, because it's not just your baby. It's not just you, your wife, and your baby. You have a whole family unit. And for you to not being able to cater to that family unit because of work, you're obviously in the wrong job. Do you get what I mean?
I feel like
I think it's a
that's the
person.
issue. I think it's the person, because even I've had bosses who they're working round the clock, but guess what? They're answering the emails via their phone and they're with their kids. They are strict on leaving the office at 5 p.m. so they can make it home in time to have dinner with their kids. Like, their weekends are they're taking their kids swimming. They're taking them everywhere. Like, I see it. So I don't even think that can be an excuse. You clearly think that family is just bounded by blood, and that's the wrong way to think.
That's gross. I find that so gross.
That is the wrong way to think. Okay, you can be related to someone that could be your mother, your daughter, whatever, and they could be an awful person to you.
Word.
What makes someone family is love. That unconditional love. That love that creates a safe space that can't be provided anywhere else. Family goes beyond blood.
It's true.
If
she's
it wasn't
more my
possible,
sister than actually some people I'm related to.
Am I your sister or am I your wife? Like, you need to decide. But yeah, it goes beyond that. Otherwise, we wouldn't have people that are, obviously get adopted and fostered and they're in loving homes, etc. We have to think beyond just the whole blood, blood.
The bloods.
That binds people together. And I think you are actually an awful person. Not only are you an asshole, you're just awful. I genuinely hope that your daughter doesn't grow up with the same mindset as yours. Because those are her brothers. You know, in Nigerian culture, you don't have like stepchildren, stepbrothers, and
like that's what is it? It's your brother. I don't even understand that. Like, I'm so in awe, and I love the concept of blended families because it's again. We spoke about this earlier. I feel like community is such a thing, and it takes a village. So, like, not every relationship is going to work the way you once perceived it, but you can still create like a nourishing, wholesome family. Exactly. So, what the hell?
It's honestly, I just don't think you're fit to actually be a stepdad.
Yeah, worse.
Or love people beyond the bonds that involves blood. So I think, she did the right thing. You are an arsehole.
You are the arsehole.
I just genuinely think you should just focus on your daughter like you wanted to do and leave the kids and the woman alone. Let her find someone that will love her and her children. Like that
let her just raise her children with self-esteem because obviously you're gonna mash that up.
You're gonna mash that up.
Get away from those children.
You go see your daughter once a day and live your life. You did this to yourself. And now you better pray the person that you get with loves your daughter like it's their own. Well, because now you're about to see it from a different perspective.
Well,
and you want to understand exactly what your partner was talking about. Oh, now you're a single parent. Let's see how it works out for you. That was really touchy for me because honestly, step parents are so complicated. If you get a bad step parent, they can literally ruin your life.
Self-esteem. Because you said about
self-esteem.
It,
my ex-stepmom did a number on me, boy. She did a number on me, but it's fine though, because where's she now?
Well,
hope you're well.